Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jason and I am a trader and performance coach. I keep getting a ton of messages from people asking for more trading videos. So once again, we're doing a trading video and I'm going to do this actually in two different parts. I'm going to show you how I had a 53% win percentage, which is really low. I made $669 or just over 10% on my account. It's going to be in two parts. The first part, I'm going to spend a bit of time teaching, showing you a couple of things, and then the second part of the video, if you want to just skip to that, that's also fine. But the second part of the video is going to be about my trading. So we're going to just jump right into this. I'm going to share my screen here because I actually made a presentation and we're going to talk about a statistical edge. I had a 53% win percentage and that is very, very low. I still was able to turn 10% out of that. And we actually, even for our premium members and for the private mentoring students, we actually have another money management system where those exact same trades would have produced 20%. How do you win when the odds are stacked against you? It's pretty clear that pocket option and really any binary options trading company out there, you actually have the odds stacked against you. It's not the same as trading Forex or stocks or futures or whatever. The binary options games, the odds are actually stacked against you. So we want to look at what we can actually do. And I'm going to look at that in terms of a casino. If you were to go to Las Vegas or Reno or Atlantic City or somewhere else, and you were to enter into a casino, what that would actually be from their perspective. And casinos actually have an edge. We can see here a casino has a number of built-in advantages to ensure that it and not its customers will always win in the end. And that ensure is very, very important there. Casinos know they are going to win. They just know that they will. There's all of these built-in advantages. Some you might be aware of and some you might not be aware of. And these advantages are known as the house edge. They represent the average gross profit that the casino expects to make from each game. By each game doesn't necessarily mean each individual round, because the casino knows that an individual game that you play on that individual moment, they might lose. But they're talking about each individual game, meaning blackjack or roulette or poker or whatever. And each individual game, they know in general how much money they will make over time. And the longer that you play, point 3 here, the longer that you play, the greater the odds are that the result of your play will match up with the house edge and that you will ultimately lose money. In the short term, you might make a lot of money and you might win, but actually if you continue to play at the casino, the odds are ultimately in favor of the casino, and those odds will ultimately cause you to lose money. What kind of an edge, though, does the casino actually have? The house edge for American roulette, which uses the roulette wheel and both a 0 and a double 0, which I'm not going to go into all of that, and I don't even really fully understand it, but they have a 5.26% edge. Now that sounds really small, but only a 5.26% edge causes the casino to make millions and millions of dollars every single year. That is important to remember because you actually don't need very much of an edge to be able to consistently win money. But you do need that edge. Is it possible to go into the casino and play a game where you have the edge? Casinos have the odds stacked in their favor for all games, although the house edge does vary on each one. So we just looked at roulette, and another game might have a slightly different edge, higher or lower. So Sickbo and Keno generally offer the house the biggest edge, which means they would have more than a 5.26% edge. But here's what's interesting. Blackjack and video poker are the games at which gamblers usually have the best chance of succeeding. Video poker is a little bit of a surprise to me. I heard this many, many years ago. It is a bit of a surprise to me because I'm like, well, it's a video and that follows an algorithm and they could basically just adjust trust the algorithm to do whatever they want. So I don't quite understand how the customer can have an edge in video poker, but I've heard it several times from very credible people, and this is from Investopedia, so you would expect it also to be true. And this I do know because my dad was actually a blackjack dealer in Nevada many years ago, and I've learned to play blackjack really pretty well. Blackjack is actually one of those games where the customer has the edge, and if you can learn to play that and learn to play that well, then you can walk out of the casino with some pretty good money. And I have done that with my dad a couple of times, and it's been really, really great. But this is important to know because even though the casino has created something to stack the odds in their favor, what we're seeing here is there is still something where the odds are stacked in your favor. And that's very important in binary options trading as well. The reality is the odds are stacked in favor of the binary options broker. That is just the case. I mean, first of all, the amount that you lose is more than the amount that you win in any trade. Like you might lose $100, but you're only going to win $90 if you have a nice 90% payout. The odds are already stacked against you in that way. The odds are stacked against you in the sense that most people have no idea what they're doing in the market at all. In trading instruments such as stocks or forex or whatever, where the odds are not stacked against you in the terms of how much you could actually make if you win versus how much you lose, the odds are stacked against them in the sense that they don't even know what the heck they're doing in trading, and that's why you still have 85-90% of the people lose money in those kinds of trading instruments as well. But here's the thing, is that blackjack gives you an edge. And I want to tell you that that's what we're doing. Like I might even start calling our strategy the blackjack strategy or something like that, because what we actually are doing here is we are looking at the markets in such a way, in the way that institutions look at the markets, and we are placing our trades accordingly, and that causes the odds to be significantly stacked in our favor. And even when we have a tough trading day, even a 53% win percentage can still cause us to make some decent money. In my case, $669 or just over 10%. And if you use the other money management system that, like I said, we offer for our premium members and for the one-on-one private mentoring students that I have, it actually would have turned into over 20%. So it's really great. All right, now let's start looking at trades and see what we can see from there. So the first trade here is on the pound CAD. I put a put on there. It comes up to a pretty good resistance, and it's been a pretty okay trading day. You can see I'm struggling with the platform here a little bit. There's some things that this other screen recently has just started showing up, and I don't really know what that is. But the pound CAD here is definitely turning into a nice win. It's a great win there. Then move over to the euro franc as it comes down to that support. You can see it marked down there in my MetaTrader 4. You can also see that the chart down below also came down to a nice oversold spot. And so that's moving up pretty okay, and it's looking like we're going to do all right on this call, and it's moving up, and we get the nice, clear, clean win there. Then went over to the pound Aussie. The pound Aussie is a little bit of an annoying currency pair for me sometimes. That's one of those pairs that has a very large ATR, average true range, and so it can really range and move quite a lot before it actually starts to turn around. So I got in, and then it just shot past my level. It did go up to that next level. I decided not to take it. I move over to the Aussie dollar and get into a second entry there on the Aussie dollar, getting myself ready for a third already because it already shot past that level. Not looking so good here for a win, but let's just see what happens. It's a pretty good set of levels up above that. If I look at this, it really wasn't necessarily a good trade because I got in the middle of a range. So then I actually switch over to euro dollar to get my third entry there. And I'm not really liking this trade. You can see how it just moves up above that. We have a series of higher lows there, so it probably was not really the best trade to get in, but then comes up to a very nice resistance. And I actually put in a fourth entry, and I'm starting to freak out a little bit because it's moving past that fourth entry, comes down in a it bounces off my strike price, which can oftentimes mean that I'm going to be entering into a breakout, and now it's just coming around back and forth, and it does drop in, and I do get that win there in that last minute, quickly moving my trade size back down to my first entry. And like I said, I'm using our basic money management system. I don't use the premium money management in my own personal trading. This is the Aussie dollar here, by the way, and I'm in a call and it's going against me. I don't use the premium money management system in my own personal trading for one reason, and that is because I don't want anyone to say, oh, well, Jason, only premium members and private mentoring students have access to this better trading money management system, and therefore I can't actually win and be profitable there. I'm like, no, I'm going to use the basic money management system, and I'm going to show you the wins here as well, that even using that money management system, that it's not as awesome as the other one, it just wins over time because we have that edge. It's the blackjack trading strategy here. So here I am in that Euro franc. You can see a couple of wins already came in as well. That Euro franc is coming in there for a nice win. And so that's really great. Moving over to that dollar franc. And in a call here in the dollar franc, and it moves way against me pretty much immediately, but then it comes all the way back, starts giving me back in profit. It's just bouncing all around my strike price. I'm like, oh crud, that's going to end up being a loss. So I'm looking for another trade to get into, and then I actually move over to the CAD franc and take it there, and I get the very high of that little tiny pop up there, and it drops back down. So then I find a beautiful level there on the Euro CAD, go over and check the CAD franc again, and it's just not looking good. It's just dying kind of right from the start. But that Euro CAD, a beautiful, beautiful level, and that is definitely responding and dropping off nicely on this put. It's just kind of like one of those textbook ones that you want to post all over YouTube to show how awesome you are. Okay, so then I've got this euro dollar that I get into a call there, and that is starting to move pretty nicely. It's not moving as quickly as what I would like, but you can see it's a bit of an uptrend. Comes down to that support that was created just before that higher high, which is one of my favorite setups, and we get that win there. This is what happens regularly every single day in the trading room. I mean, where else are you going to make $669 in just an hour and a half worth of trading? Join us, get into the trading room. I mean, whatever you're doing, just pause it now. Go join us, binarymasterclass.com. Get into our trading room, join us, and make some money together. Learn how with this blackjack strategy. I think that's the new name for it. Let's make money together, and I'm committed to teaching you and giving you every single thing that I've got, every single thing that I know. You're allowed to ask any question. You're allowed to know anything. There's nothing hidden. I mean, go check out our Trustpilot page, and you can see there's currently 55 five-star reviews there, nothing less than a 5-star review, that people are really getting something out of this. So go get in there, get into the trading room, check it out, ask a million questions. One of the things I love is our trader inner circle, where a lot of people are interacting with each other, a lot of really good traders giving personalized video feedback to each other. It's really great. So just stop waiting, get in there, and let's have some fun together, and I will see you in the trading room.